Previously on Raiders of the Serpent Seas. At the heart of the war camp, the party fought against the Witch King's legions, undead archers, corrupted giants, and ironwood witches who drained life itself to fuel their dark magics. The enemies pushed them to the brink, and one by one they fell. Baldur, Rauda, Frida, Zisa, all teetering on the edge of death, only to be wrenched back into the fight again. At the centre of it all stood the Witch King, Hodor, their fallen ally and once friend. Clad in cursed armour, his strength unyielding, the party struck him again and again with their blades, carving through swarms of armoured beetles, but he would not fall. Then the moment came when all seemed lost. He could have ended them. His sword was raised, their bodies broken before him, but something inside him hesitated. The killing blow never came. Instead, he turned away. Stepping into his command tent, he placed a hand upon the throne of ironwood, and in an instant the cursed tree swallowed him, and the Witch King vanished, not defeated but escaping into the unknown. This army lays in ruins, the forces scattered, but his final words lingered in the cold air. "I will see you all at the end of all things." As the dust settled, the party gathered around Rolf's fallen body. He had given his life to save one of them, and now it was time to honour him. A pyre was built, the flames reaching high into the night sky. They watched in silence as his soul was carried away by the Valkyries to the Hall of the Slain, where he would now take his place among the honoured dead. Time has passed. The party have been able to start travelling back towards Drifthall, wounded but alive, and making their way solemnly back in their own longboat. They will mourn their losses, gather their strength, and decide their next moves at Drifthall. But the Witch King still lives. And next time, it might truly be at the end of all things. Okay, so yeah, we are back. We are aboard the longboat. You have had some time to deal with what has been going on. You could have fast travelled to Drifthall, but you knew that from where you were, it would be about 3 days travel anyway. It didn't seem too dramatic to make it worthwhile. And it's been some time to think through what has happened, and rest and recuperate would be the best way of putting it. We're about a day out from Drifthall here as things are going on, and basically as you guys awake that morning, fresh snow has fallen around you. But it's the sky that attracts everybody's attention. Above you, a half moon shines brightly, but every few minutes a strange, ominous cloud, thread-like with tendrils, seems to pass over it. Never enough to entirely obscure the moon, but enough to momentarily dim the light. A odd observation for a while. The threads do eventually dissipate, but the unease that's left behind does not. It definitely feels like some sort of sign or omen. And yes, you are back in control here, Frida. You are obviously, you have set the course and kept them on track. But yeah, is there anything you do as the few hours that will be passing as you guys make your way finally to Drifthall here? You know it won't be long before you end up where you need to be.
I think Frida's definitely just in her own head at the moment. She's not really paying attention to much.
You think she's very focused on the job? She's just literally getting on with navigating and getting the ship where it needs to go. Yeah. So she's been very distant at the bow of the ship as all of that is sort of going on. What about the rest of you? Anyone else up to anything? All your crew are here, obviously, but has there been anything been going on in this time?
How long have we been on the ship at this point?
I think you've been on the ship for about a day and a half total.
Day and a half? Okay. Zisa would probably have been spending that time scribing these spells in runic tattoos on herself from the wizard that we defeated.
That makes sense.
From the spell list that you gave me, which is Magic Missile, Shield, Misty Step, Shatter, Counterspell, Lightning Bolt, Ice Storm, Dimension Door, Cone of Cold, and Wall of Force. Because of the way this wizard works, it costs half the price of scribing spell, but it takes twice as long.
Okay.
So,
how much?
I just got to look at the.
Yeah, how much could you?
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah,
definitely I'm gonna math that out. You can come back to me. I just want to let you know that is what she's been doing, without really talking to anyone unless they've tried to initiate conversation with her.
Fair enough. What about Baldur and Rauder? There's obviously been a bit of things going on overall. Rauder, obviously you are aware from previous as well that you now have the skull of a skald would be the best way of putting it. The person that cursed you, you do actually have the items that you require to, in theory, be able to lift the curse with the hopefully with the help of the people at Drifthall when the time comes. If Yrsa and the others, the Volve, can be trusted to perform such a ritual, that in theory you may be coming to the end of this internal existence, might be the best way of putting it. It might be the first time she's had any time to dwell on any of that.
Yeah, she'll have removed the skull that she fashioned into a mask. And she's just keeping it together with the other pieces of the skull. And she's just reminding herself of what she needs to do, and that seems to be her primary focus at the moment. She's gotten over the loss with the Battle of the Witch King.
There've been so many battles. There's been so much has passed over the times. It's hard to be stuck in the moment for sure.
She can't risk Ragnarok happening and not having this curse lifted. She doesn't want to be the last one left alive.
Yeah. At the end of all things, nothing left.
Yeah.
But her. Yes, that is fair enough. What about Baldur at the other end of things? How's he been playing with this?
Yeah, I think his time will be divided amongst two things. One is stewing internally about losing to his brother.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just like angry. I don't know. If anyone was up to it, punching someone and having a little bit of a brawl or something to work out his feelings in a not so healthy way. And then the other part would be, Ziza's tattooing herself. That's kind of interesting. Let's look at that for a while.
Yeah, so he goes from one awkward thing to another over the time. Fair enough.
He doesn't know what to do with his feelings. Okay, that's what's happening.
I think we have figured that out over time with him for sure. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it sounds like that's the base of where we are. But yeah, you guys continue on into the sort of later part of the mid-morning, when you do actually start to see up ahead, you can actually see Drifthall start to come into view, and you know where you normally it's not park a boat, but where you normally bring your boat in, you can already see Drifthall is smaller than the last time you saw it. Drifthall is obviously a massive collection of boats, but even now you can see some of that has thinned out, as it must be that some of the clans have started moving away from Drifthall already, as this is all sort of making its way. You bring your ships in and park up and are able to sort of make your way into Drifthall generally. There is lots of activity going on. There is much going on in different places, but you know normally the Volve are your best bet when trying to get information on what has been going on, and you also do realise you do need to report to them. But as you guys are making your sort of way generally in that general direction towards the to the Volve Helmskip, you can you get a smell, a fragrance on the air coming from the pyres that are around in the area. Very strange smell that is given off. The larger braziers around seem to be giving off what appears to be a scent that is not unpleasant, but it does tickle the nostrils a little more than normal firewood, as this is all sort of going on. But you're generally heading in that direction towards the Helmskip. Do you stop?
Is this a scent we recognize in some way? Can we pinpoint what might cause this type of scent?
You can take a closer examination of one of the braziers and see if you can figure anything out. You can make an investigation check, or if you want to make a hefty perception check, either would be acceptable.
Well, perception is way better, so let's go with that.
Okay, no problem. A 15. Baldur, it's burning woods that you're seeing on the inside. However, you do recognize a hand made of wood, body parts of wood, sort of in amongst this burning materials on that one. The scent you must be picking up must be that of the wicker folk. Yeah, they are. They've clearly been burning wicker folk in some of the pyres near the Helmskips as this is going on.
A little world thing. What's the relationship between the raiders and the wicker folk typically?
The wicker are kind of the best way of putting it are an enigma in the world. They are claimed to be of Murgle's magic. So, and Murgle is kind of like he's not the boogeyman, but he is kind of like, he is a superstition within the world. He is supposed to be the body of the world, but he was also the betrayer in the other world to create this one. So he has a very strange and mixed up standing, and therefore
isn't he the reason
thing?
Isn't he the reason that like arcane casters can cast arcane magic?
Correct. Well,
which is one of the reasons why wizards are so like
correct. Yeah.
Is he the
It's very all
Is he the guy whose head we have, or is that another guy?
You do believe that it was the head of Murgle? Yes, that you have. It's been claimed to be that. Yes, yeah, that is definitely a point.
And does Zisa still have that, or did that disappear at one point?
It did disappear at one point. However, Zisa does know that when she does go checking, every so often it's there, and when it seems inconvenient, it is not there.
Cool.
And she's been having over time odd flashes of she saw like the statue winking at her, and there's always little weird moments that Zisa has every so often since she's been carrying it on that front. But no, the wicked are not in great standing. However, burning them like this is a new level up.
Just in this moment of silence, I would say that it took Zisa 4 hours to scribe the shield spell, and 16 hours to scribe Dimension Door. And I'm going to say that's probably all she was able to do over the course of a day and a half. And I think we also ruled it that these are rolls from her for Arcana to see if she actually did these correctly, or else they are lost.
There was a roll involved. So yes.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and knock these out. And I think it was just 10 plus the level of the spell, right?
That sounds right. Yes.
Okay.
It's been a while.
So then,
we will go.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've gotten new spells. So here is the roll for. This is a +9, so I'd have to literally roll a 1 for this not to work.
Okay. Well.
Okay, so that's shield.
Got a good chance.
Yeah, shield is okay. And then this one is Dimension Door. This one has to be a 14. Barely.
Yes, but no, her efforts are not in vain, though.
Okay, cool. So I got those 2 spells. Neato.
Okay. So after working out that part and sort of seeing what is going on there, you guys do make your way to the Volve helm skip, and you do manage to reconvene with that particular group and sort of fill them in on what is going on or has been going on. It's been a long time since you've been back in some ways for this one, so I'm going to just bring you guys through. Hopefully you can see the helm skip and everything is okay on that front. But the way this plays out, you guys spend a while with Yersa the Wisest, which is the lady that you found out did cause Sadi to be killed. So she did return to the world of the dead, and all of that went down. You do fill her in that Sadi has officially taken her place back as the Lord of Hell. You also would, in theory, be filling her in on everything that's gone on with the Frost Giants and the Jotun and all of your sort of past exploits of the over the last few bits on that one. And yes, I will say you have been busy as we suspected, and we hoped that you were doing well on what we were trying to achieve. It sounds like you have had much success, and there has been some sorrow. I am sorry to hear of Haroth, but you have done so very, very well in the short time that you've had. We are very pleased with what you can have done. And from what your friend Blokey here has said, you have also been given this horn that in some ways will wake sleeping creatures from beyond. This intrigues us much as well. We have seen this in visions before.
Oh, Blokey, why did you tell him that?
I have assumed on Blokey's behalf.
I know, right?
We think that with this, we might be able to, during a ceremony tonight, possibly wake the gods, see if the Stone Court can come to our aid at this time. We have seen more signs that Ragnarok is closer, and maybe now is the time that we can bring them forth once again so that they can roam free in the world and take part in what is to become. Drifthall is coming towards an end now, and this evening the clans will vote for who will be the new All-Jarl. Mother Gothenburg will step down as she always must. No one can maintain the reign as the All-Jarl past Drifthall. There has to be a new one elected. So it will fall on different hands. Clan Nattle have mostly already left. They have left some to leave for the voting, but other than that, they are already on their own. They were most disgraced after their clan member attempted to cause the arson within the Hallharn and burn down part of Drifthall from previous. The War clan have been here and strong. The Gully grows in strength in his role after his sister's death. They are becoming a much stronger voice within the clans now. The others are much as you've seen before. They bicker as always, but they will vote when the time comes for the All-Jarl. There have been a few other things that have come to our attention. Frida, we had a emissary of sorts from the Bendor arrive not long ago. They believe you will be able to read this, and she has a piece of paper with a royal seal on it, a letter. You haven't seen a letter for many a year, but yes, there is one that she does pass over. He said it was of import, and we must deliver to you when you are next time here within Drifthall.
Frida will take it, but she, unlike how she usually is around the Volve, she's not bowing, she's not doing anything. She just
very
takes
correct. Okay, yeah.
it and reads it to herself.
No problem. I'll read it to you then. That's probably the easiest way of playing it out. I'll do it in his voice to help move it along. But it basically says, "To my blood and my savior, Frida, there are few in this world whom I trust, and fewer still to whom I owe my life. You are both. It is a strange thing to regain a family member so long lost, only to have her return as a woman of strength and purpose. I have seen with my own eyes what you have become. A warrior, a survivor, a force that even fate itself could not keep from me. It is you who freed me from the Red Witch's grasp, who cut the strings that sought to puppet me. For that I owe you a debt beyond words. But family is more than blood. It is a bond, a promise, and in times of uncertainty, I seek to forge a future where our people need not live in fear of what comes from the shadows. The Bendor have long stood apart from the raiders of Grimir, but we can no longer afford to dwell in the past. The world is shifting, and if we do not stand together, we shall fall alone. I ask you aid in this, as kin and as those who know your people well, much better than me. It is my wish to unite our strength, not through war, but through a bond that cannot be broken. My daughter, Badis, is of noble blood, wise beyond her years, and well suited to rule alongside a leader of strength and purpose. An alliance through marriage, one that binds our lands, secures peace and paves the way for prosperity in the shadows and the storms that are to come. I ask you, Frida, will you see this done? You know the Jarls of the Drifthall better than most. Speak with them. Find one who would stand with us. If this marriage is to become more than just politics, it must be built on understanding. I trust you and no other in all of this. I am sure you will be able to find the strength needed and be rid of the weakness. I leave this in your hands. Bring me the name of the one who you wish to take my daughter's hand, or if none you see fit, then let me know as well. And then we will see what things will come in the future. With trust and gratitude, King Senric. So yes, it seems your grandfather on one side is requesting a not a marriage of yourself, but a marriage of a cousin. I would say is the best way of putting it. Through marriage is what he's sort of semi-suggesting in not semi-suggesting, but is suggesting in all of this on that front. A couple of possibles would come to mind for people that would make sense for of the Jarls, if that makes sense. Jarl Care of the Lutan clan would be one possibility, but you also know too much about what Baldur has had going on, so there is a bit of lenience there to not wanting to go that, and Jarl Harar of the Nattle clan would be the other would be the other possible connection. I believe is the correct one. I'll just make sure it is the Nattle clan, because otherwise my conviction would be wrong. 1 second. Here's my little list.
Please don't choose the Lutan clan. If they're assholes.
Yes, I think he is of the Nattle clan. So yes, I think he would be one. The other main choice of people that would that haven't taken a wife that you're aware of amongst the actual the main Jarl. So yes, two possibilities do come to mind in all of that. Apart from any of that, Rauda, as this has all been going on or anything like that, does she bring up her predicament with a certain skull and her what she requires?
Yes, she most certainly does.
Okay, so yes, Ursa the Wisest obviously says, yeah, we have spoken of this before, and we can perform such a ritual if you are willing. We have everything we need here. Are you comfortable that this happens now?
ASAP would be great.
Then I would suggest moving into the circle within the center here, and we will set ourselves up. Would you care for your friends to be here during these moments?
Is it going to be long?
No, it should be a few minutes at most.
No, that's fine.
Very well. The group start to move around, and I don't know how much she has filled in the others of they've obviously seen her with the skull, but I don't know if she's actually explained anything of what is has been going on with her. But if she has been quiet, the others of you, you're just seeing them, her handing over a skull, and Ursa is actually taking it, and they are starting to prep spell components and bits and bobs for a few moments as this is all sort of going on. There is a sort of a burning of herbs and some incense that is going on as the two Volve that are here start to place heavy robes and hoods on and start some low humming and droning chants in the moment. So yeah, if there is any conversation amongst the group of you, but while this is happening, this is the time.
Does this look like an arcane ritual, or does this look divine?
Ooh, make a Arcana check.
Okay.
Um,
16.
16, yeah. This is out of your normal sort of remit, Zisa. So yeah, you are pretty sure what they are trying to attempt seems to be on the divine side of that. However, you are aware that whatever the curse was originally was probably of a more arcane nature in the first place. Yeah, I'll certainly will give you that. Whether or not, yeah, this will work or not, you are not sure because of you're not understanding that kind of magic so well. But the Volve seem, committed to what they're about to attempt, Zisa, as this is all sort of happening. Does she keep quiet as this is all happening?
Yeah, she. I mean, I don't know if there would be a way for her to help with this or to make it successful. If it's out of her wheelhouse, if they're coming at it from a divine thing, I don't know.
Interesting though, but yeah,
right?
No, having knowledge that the original curse was of a arcane nature in the first place, would there be anything she would attempt to try and assist into this ritual that might be of interest? I might weigh in.
Zisa. So she's watching them attempt this, coming at it with their intent from that angle.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that they maybe have a middling chance of success with their approach. So I think Zisa is going to, yeah. So I'm glad that I didn't change my arcane intention.
Good.
because I don't have the spell prepared. But
instantly it's useful. Fair enough.
Yeah. So Zisa is going to use her dreamer ability to swap one of her unprepared spells for a prepared spell. And so she's going to unprepare Synaptic Static. And instead, she is going to prepare Contact Other Plane.
Okay, right.
So in this one, I'm going to reach out to a spirit of a long dead sage, aka the person who cursed Rauda to begin with. I have met them. They are in hell. They're in hell. So this is on another plane.
That is absolutely
They're so annoying.
So when I do this, I have to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw. So I'm going to cast...
No.
There was a part of me that thought you were going to prepare counterspell.
Oh, I already have counterspell prepared. I could
Oh, God.
kick that off if I need to. But Zisa has a vested interest in Rauda getting to essentially Valhalla because that's where she needs to go too.
Fair enough.
So I have to make a DC 15 intelligence saving throw, which I am proficient in, to do this, or else I'm going to take a bunch of damage.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't do it. So I don't go insane, which is good. On a successful save, I can ask the entity up to 5 questions. So yes, no, maybe, never, irrelevant, or unclear. So I am reaching out. Zisa knows this person's name. Conrad doesn't. Can you help me out?
That's all right. Her name was Alara. She was, a skald from the past, but she died on the battlefield, but in her last moments cursed. Well, not her last moments, but certainly in one of her moments, she cursed nonchalantly Rauda in that moment and caused her all of the suffering that she has gone through. And all of that in that moment. So as the sort of the chanting is growing and the volves tracing symbols of fate upon the forehead, chest, and arms of Rauda as this is all sort of going on.
I could have cast this as a ritual. Whatever, it's fine. This looked like they were about to get going right now, so.
Yeah, that's okay. So the eldest is doing all of this. The skull is then placed and sort of lies atop some burning coals where wisps of green smoke are curling in the air as all of this is going on. Zisa, so what happens with you as you sort of open this partial spirit gate beyond?
Yeah, so Zisa starts speaking the spell, which would now be recognized as speaking Celestial, because that's how she's always been casting her verbal components, is with Celestial, but she didn't know it.
She didn't know, fair.
Yeah, so, but she throws her head back, her eyes white out, start glowing like a very, very, very pale blue, and she will just say, Alara of Hell, we are attempting a ritual to break your curse. The Skald are using a divine approach. Will this work? She hasn't told anybody she's doing this, by the way, so it's just happening.
No, fair
It's
enough.
also mentally, so we don't know.
No, as that's all going on.
Otherwise, Rauda would have some choice words.
Is it mentally? Hang on, you mentally
It's
contact.
mentally.
Yes. Okay. So everything happens, but it doesn't go out loud. So you just see Zisa doing this.
No problem. You, in your mind, you get the sense of a sort of a maybe coming from the spirit on the other side.
Okay. I will then ask, do we have the means to make this more successful?
Yes.
Does Rauda specifically have the means to make this more successful?
Yes. The chanting starts to grow louder. The
Yeah,
symbols upon her skin beginning to brighten and glow golden in the moments as this is happening. You're starting to feel a burning sensation, Rauda, as this is happening as well.
What tingles?
Yes.
Yeah.
For her constitution, probably, yes.
Does Rauda have to say something to make this more successful? Last question. Does Rauda have to bleed to make this more successful?
No.
Okay, so that's my 5.
Okay. Yeah, so as this sort of the spirits are going through, and this is all sort of hating the old evolve is the wisps of smoke are getting stronger across the skull. She says, "Your fate is written in venom and shadow, but fate is a fickle beast, and we shall unmake what was wrought." The chanting grows louder still, the golden light now pouring off around her in the moments. The white fire that is sort of going through your veins now, Rauda, is extreme at this point as this is going on. I'm going to make you do what you should be really good at. You're going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, please, and see how this is going on as the curse is fighting back through it's been centuries upon your body.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
No.
Okay.
Yep.
But
That
how
tracks.
do you only have a +4? Aren't you proficient?
I have a +7.
It's a sorry, you rolled a 4.
I rolled a 4.
Sorry, that's a bummer.
You will take 18 points of necrotic damage as the curse is trying to consume you as you feel the hot fire moving across your body as this is going on this one. The chanting grows ever louder, and you can see on the face of the Volve they are concerned as the power of this curse is a struggle to try and pass through as this is going on. Their breathing is getting heavier. They are struggling within themselves as this is going on. I'm going to need 2 more Constitution saves from you on that one, Rauda, and see how you do on both of those.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
Can we use a crew action to boost that through what is it, fire or what spirit cats?
Fear Cat?
Fear Cat, you could, but there is another one you have as well. Yes, what you could try a cure action. I'm not against this. This is kind of I'm happy with this. What are you thinking here? You could try and boost her through Scald as well. That might be another way of doing it.
Scald can heal.
Yes, like pouring that healing magic in might be another way of doing it. What way? What way does this? How does this play out?
And I just lay on hands here with holy magic. Won't that help a lot?
Yes, correct. Yeah, you can absolutely be attempting to bolster her in the.
And I'm tight with Hell and Thonia, so like.
No, I am happy with that. Right, we need to.
Also, I have an aura that gives you +4 now to your saving throws, so I should be near you.
Okay, so let's see how I mean, I'm just going to say that the lay on hands is you're counteracting the amount of damage she is taking from the.
I've
you've got quite a lot of that pool.
I have a pool of 50.
Yeah, fair enough. So at the moment you are definitely balancing that out as it's going on.
And I'll whisper in Rauda's ear, "Don't you fucking fail this now, all right? You failed enough."
Not trying to.
From outside the circle, Zisa is just going to say, "I've contacted Alora. She says you have what you need to be more successful in this. You do not need to speak. You do not need to bleed. But you can do better."
So con save of 15. Frida, how much do you
+4.
+4.
Well,
I have 19.
I think it's 4, right? We've got
Yeah,
proficiency of 4 now.
Yeah, fair enough on that one.
I think
Okay.
it's proficiency.
And 19.
Is it your proficiency or your charisma?
I think it's your charisma, right?
Hang on, I'm
Yeah,
looking.
well, let's see what the number.
I'm
is.
looking.
I need to know where we're at.
Oh no, it is. It's charisma +1.
Well, that's gonna be a good number, then, isn't it?
Oh no, it's just charisma. So it's 3.
Okay.
It's still 3.
18.
18 is
18, fair enough. 18 is still just enough, though. So it was a DC of 18, so it's not too bad on that front. Yes. At this point, you see the Volva continuing the chant, but Rowder's body starts to jerk violently as some sort of unseen force is starting to be ripped out of their skin, as it seems to be going through these burns within her skin as this is going on. She's twisting in unnatural ways as this is going on, as the bowl containing the skull bursts into blackened embers, and suddenly the chanting will stop. The silence is deafening for a moment as the Volve lower their hands, breathing heavily. Yrsa steps forward, peering down at you, Rowder, with sharp eyes, and she basically says, "It is done." Her voice is softer now, and with something maybe you can't quite place in the moment. Pity, perhaps? She says, "The threads of that fate are unwoven now. You are free of that. You don't feel any different, apart from the searing pain that's been in the moment. A gust of wind seems to howl through the chamber, extinguishing some of the incense that is in some of the pyres around you all. But beneath it, there is a whisper that seems to be carried on the dying embers. It is Alara's voice, distant and fading, saying, 'Goodbye, Dauda. I will see you again on the other side.'"
She gets up on her knees and just like throws her hands in the air. She's like, "I'll still get you."
Fair enough. But yes, in those moments, the whatever this ritual was has passed. Yes, it says.
After a moment, there'll just be a sigh of relief, and she'll get up and she'll thank her.
She nods and says, "You deserve it. You've done more than enough. At least when the time comes, you'll be able to take your place in the halls of the sun."
Speaking of, who wants to give this a try? Well, only one way to find out this worked. No volunteers. Okay.
in the moments they're all alone.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry, some Eve was shouting at me.
That's
What was
okay. So to get into the halls of the slain, you have to die in epic battle. So she's kind of like almost turning around to someone and saying, "Can someone just do that to me now?" But yeah, clearly
Only one
not
way to
quite
find
the
out.
moment. But yeah, so she is technically free of all of that as this is all going on. Yrsa has taken the horn from Bloki and she says, "We will prepare for this evening. The drifthall groups will all come together tonight, and once we're there, the new vaulting for the All-Jarl will be done, but we will obviously also attempt to awaken the gods with this. That will be in a few hours' time. I suggest you see what you need to see around Drifthall. There are many faces, obviously, and if you need to speak with any of the Jarls, now is probably the time. We will see you all this evening." And yeah, they all begin to make their way off to prep for the coming meeting, where obviously, a key moment will happen with but first the horn, and also obviously the election of a new All-Jarl, the Hallwick member, Mother Gothenburg, will have to give up her place as the leader of the group.
Can Zisa ask a question of the Volve before they leave?
100%.
We see that the Wicker are being burnt in pyres here at Drifthall. Why is that? Do they have some sort of association with the Lich King?
I cannot say that is the reason. Mother Gothenburg is the All-Jarl at this point. She has a hard line with magics and your kind, Zisa. Your kind may have been able to help with dealing with the possibility of being overtaken by the Ironwood, but there is still much distrust. Over the many last few days, many Wicker folk have arrived at Drifthall, not of their own willingness, but they seem drawn here. It has been considered a bad omen, and with the strange moons as well, she has ordered that they be slain and burnt. There are more. They have been confined to the magician's helmskip, as most of them have already departed. But again, she seems to want to press on after the meeting, as her last order will be for their deaths before she passes her rule onto the next Jarl, or the next All-Jarl. She has much distrust. You get the
It's
sense,
a
Zisa,
placid face. Yeah.
You also get the make an insight check of Yersa.
I think this is just going to be a 10 roll.
Yeah, it's never going to be
'Cause,
your top notch.
Yep. It was almost an 18.
Yeah, but no, she's hard. She's hard to read. You've always struggled with that on that one, but you don't get a sense that she has much of a feeling either way on the subject. They are a strange oddity in the world, but yeah, that's as much. It doesn't seem the order has been coming from them, but they are not overly concerned.
That's fine. Zisa just wanted to know if there was any connection to the Ironwood with wooden people that are being burnt.
There technically no, but there is a lot of Murgle / all of that that goes around that. So yeah, there is superstition for sure that is overlapping in that area. That would definitely
this conversation does solidify something that she was thinking of doing anyway. And so when Zisa leaves, she's instantly gonna go to Clan Orn and speak to their Jarl.
Okay, no, that is definitely plausible. Let's just pop back towards Drifthall's main map, because that will be more useful right now. So I'm going to bring you all here on that front. As you guys do start making your way out, obviously Zisa is already suggesting something. Is what, Rada, were you going to say anything?
Yes. Is there anything left of the skull? She'd kind of grown quite attached to wearing that mask.
I think that
we can get you another skull. It's okay.
No. I'm not against how this might play out on that one. There is a blackened ash kind of skull that's left now, if that makes sense. It's a blackened, like it's been burnt into a sort of a blackened shape, if that makes sense. It still has that mask shape, but yeah, it's still I'm happy for that to be a thing that she is able to take from the ashes there. That there's still the shape of that.
She'll pick that up and squirrel it away.
No problem.
Before leaving.
Yes, as you're sort of you're making your way out. We just lost Seb at the moment, but there will be a thing.
Oh no, I'm here.
Oh, okay, no problem. That's okay. As you are leaving the helmskip, there is a member of the guards on the outside and of that one, and he says, "You're one of the chosen Baldur, yes?"
That's correct.
I
am Baldur Serpent Thrower. I bring all kinds of things to justice. Am I speaking to?
Name is Zal, but the main thing is I bring a message. I was told to look out for when you returned, and now you are here. I pass on the message. I believe they said they were your parents and that they are here. They are in the feasting halls and they would like to speak with you if you have the time.
Both of them.
They did say, but it was true at the time, yes.
Remind me, because it's been a while, but weren't they supposed to be imprisoned or killed by the Lutan? Or
No,
am I?
they were.
Your dad is definitely dead.
Yeah, your dad is definitely dead because your dad was the one who was talking to your brother in his dreams.
Yeah, so Baldur is aware of that Hodor was having visions of his father, and the father had said he was dead, and all of that was going on. So yes, you are aware of those things. You have not known anything about the whereabouts of your mother for a long time. No, your parents were not killed by them in that sense, and from what you know from history. What you do know is that they were disgraced, your lands were taken, and the honor of your family was dramatically reduced. You've not had the proof of it, but you do believe the current clan leader, Care, had something to do with it, or at least your family suspected it, but you had not the proof to go along with that suspicion. And whenever you have faced Care, he has vehemently denied it, but you two have been at loggerheads when you have met as well, so you've certainly not gotten along with him. But hearing that both of them are here is surprising, but yeah.
I will turn towards my companions and say, I am sorry, but there seems to be a ghost of my past that seems to be here at Drifthall, and I am not sure who to call on. So who should I call on? Does anyone
kind of Buster, maybe?
Does anyone of you know how to deal with a ghost? Perhaps.
I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if Ziza has already left. Yeah, Ziza's already left, so she literally just you started talking, and Ziza just did not stop walking.
I'm just gonna give myself a d4 of psychic damage from the Ghostbusters reference.
Wise play.
But Busted makes you feel good.
I don't know why, but for some reason, as soon as it was like, oh yeah, he was dead, it was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be Ghostbusters. Like that. Okay. Does anyone know how to deal with this? Frida, you have these weird powers connected to the gods, don't you?
Baldur, if you are this great serpent thrower, you can deal with a ghost. They are not. Just go see your family. He is not a ghost.
But he must be. Oh, yeah. Wait.
I'm gonna say something. I don't think it was your father talking to Hodor.
Or Hodor lied.
Oh.
The bastard. I knew it. I knew we shouldn't have trusted him.
Whatever helps you sleep, buddy. They both go to the same conclusion, so it's fine. Just go see your family. I'm sure they'll be really happy to see you.
Will the someone want to come? I do not want to face my mom.
Yeah, the thought of a
Fine.
ghost
But
for your
everyone else
father,
has
your mother
left,
is
so I
unavailable.
can't. God damn it. Why does Blokey have to be out of this today?
Yeah, Blokey would have been perfect for this. You could have just made him come with you. He's like a lower rank than us. We just tell him to do shit and he does it.
I'll go with you. Let me just go talk to the Volve before we leave this area.
Sure, I need to prepare mentally.
Frida walks away, rubbing her temples, just like, oh.
Fair enough. So yeah, so I suppose we're still in the Volve helm skip. So Frida, whatever you're wanting to cover.
I just want to give them the letter and explain to them what it says and ask them to basically get suitors, I guess. I don't know how to put it, but the best matches that, and I don't really trust. Wasn't the Natal the ones that we had to fight at some point in the drifthall?
So there was one of them number that was the Iron Thrall that tried to burn drifthall. Yes, at one point. Yes, he was not the leader of the Natal clan.
Wasn't he like the nephew or someone up? He was of someone up real high, and that made him very embarrassed for the clan Natal in general.
It's basically probably what means that they won't be winning when it comes to the all-Jarl position this time, because there's clearly some disgrace there going on with that. However, the guy did seem relatively honourable, and he did stay honourable within what happened with all of that.
I'll say to them, the two that I thought of, and I'll say, I do not like either of these choices. If you can find better choices, if you have a better idea. I'm mainly talking to the younger one as well, because I have lost all trust for the all-knowing or whatever.
On that one. And she says, yeah, this is important, and you're right. They are both troublesome in their ways. If Clan Lutan had a royal marriage as well, that could put them over the edge, and they would win the all-Jarl position for sure at that point. Yeah, it's troublesome. I will think on this. I don't think we should run into this quickly, Frida. I think this is something we need to plan for.
As much as I am concerned about my new family and what's going to happen to them, I also have the end of the world to think of. It's not really on my mind at the moment. And I also have to babysit Baldur. She turns around to make sure that he isn't there.
Yeah, he's just off on that one.
I imagine turning around and Baldur's talking to himself, like trying to pump himself up.
That's 100%.
She says
that's 100% what's happening. Yeah.
She says, well, he's never gotten on with his clan for a long time either, but he does seem to bring out some of the worst of the clan leader when they're around. They do not see eye to eye at all, do they, from what I've seen?
To be honest, after what the Lutan clan has done to the Orn, who I had a lot of respect for, I've lost a lot of respect for the Lutan clan. But that is just my personal opinion.
They are an extremely focused group, and I do not think I would be wrong in saying that if he was to be all-Jarl during this period, he would make every man, woman and child pick up a sword and fight. I'm not sure that what is coming needs that kind of leadership. I will think on this again, Frida. Thank you for bringing it to my attention and trusting me with it. I know that our presence is more complicated than it once was for you.
Yeah, there's a lot happening right now, and I don't really know how to process what is going on. So I'm just gonna drink a lot tonight and forget that what is happening.
As is your right. I think you may have earned it. Good luck. Good luck. And yeah, Baldur has been outside processing himself and trying to get himself prepped up for what is going on. Is there any sort of small scenes that need to happen? I'm just trying to work out, because the Frida Baldur one is obviously one that's going on. Rauder, is there anything in particular that you need? I understand Zisa is going to be off as well here. So is Rauder needing to take time now, or what is she thinking that she's going to be up to for the next few hours? Is there anything pertinent that would be going on?
She is probably going to go celebrate. Thousands of years are now going to be coming to an end soon.
That is fair. That is fair. Technically, that would be the feasting halls. You wouldn't realize that that's where Baldur and Frida are going to be ending up, but you would be able to beat them. That
awkward situation where you say goodbye to each other and end up going the same way.
Yeah. So yeah, you. From what you're describing, Rauder is making her way off to the feasting halls. Zisa, the scene that you're having in mind, what is that in comparison? Is this? I just need to work out if I'm playing that first or the Baldur.
Well, Zisa is going to find the Jarl of the Orn clan.
Yes. Yes, that would be doable. It's not many Orn left. You do know that Oda is the Jarl of the Orn. You would make your way down towards the ships of the War clan, and next to those would be the War clan in number. I might add, a lot of them here. They're wolfen-like ships, still at dock. And there is the solitary single Orn ship that is left, and you would be able to find her in amongst everything. Let's see if I can find Oda in amongst everything. Give me 2 seconds. I will bring her through. And yes, you would be able to see her. She's obviously relatively young, as she wasn't supposed to be taking up the role that she was, but obviously with the volcano at Felagar and the loss of most of her people, a weight was added heavily to her, and her small number. There are 5 or 6 Orn within the ship as you do approach, and she will say, "Greetings, Zisa."
Jarl Oda, you offered once for those clanless, or those who wanted to join Clan Orn. Is that offer still available?
It is. We are extremely small in number, and yes, raiders can join us. There is no problem. You have some in mind. Have you seen more on your travels?
I would like to accept the offer.
You wish to join our clan?
I do. I believe that Mother Gungbard will no longer have my best interest at heart now that Orolf has fallen in battle.
I did hear.
She is a superstitious leader, untrusting of the arcane, and I believe that is short-sighted of her.
You are proof that is probably true. Then Zisa of Clan Holwick, you will denounce that house, and you will join the Orn. You are most welcome amongst us, and you always will be.
She does a nod and says, "What of the wicker that have been brought to the drifthall?
We have heard that they have been taken. I heard that Mother Gumberg had some already slain. It seemed excessive.
I believe this could be an opportunity to bolster the numbers of the Orn, if perhaps there was an argument made for our clan to take them in.
Ooh. Make a persuasion check. I think it has to be a straight persuasion check because this is not an easy. I can't give you this advantage. This is not an
That's
easy
fair.
task.
Wait, I actually have some persuasion? Oh, I have a little bit of persuasion. Look at that. I didn't know that. All right, here we go. 14.
There will be much said of this, but then our voice is so small. I think we could make this work. Do you think they would be willing to join a raider clan in such a way? Maybe
I do not know why they have been drawn to Drifthall, but they have been able to find it. Perhaps it could be argued that while they are beings associated with Murgle, that the gods, the Stone Court, enabled them to find this place, as Drifthall does not touch the land, and therefore
yet they were drawn
is
here.
not connected to Murgle. As for would the Wicker accept our offer, it is this or death. I think they would be willing to preserve themselves. And as far as convincing the Aldjarl and the rest of the Jarls, you will have the Chosen behind this argument. And I believe that'll have some weight. We could even take a few on to our crew personally.
Our voice will be so small anyway. Maybe this will be a way that our clan can be more in what is to come. Could it be true that all must join to stop what is to come at Rec? I'm not against
I believe that the tourney was folly. Many able-bodied soldiers, warriors, died for sport as opposed to in service of the clans.
Agreed.
And I think that the destruction of the Wicker is also a mistake that could be utilized.
Very well. Then we will bring this up at tonight's meeting, and we will make our case. They have no rights over who I choose to bring within my own clan. But there is still the order that Mother Gudenberg has given for them to be slain before that might be able to take place. With effort and maybe some luck with how things play out within the meeting this evening, we might have a chance. I suggest you go to the Wicker and make your offer. See that they're at least responded to that.
As you say.
Okay. And with that scene passing, Zisa, I will say that you have the time to make your way over to the barge and make your offer of to the Wicker folk who are imprisoned there. It's an easy sell on that end of things. I'm not going to have to roleplay that out. There are, a good dozen worth of the Wicker folk that are there. Again, not understanding why they're drawn to this place, but they are open to that possibility.
Zisa is, while talking to them, going to cast Detect Magic just to make sure there's no Ironwood influence with them.
No problem. I will let you play that out. That you spend the slot. That's no problem. But it does play out that there is no sign of Ironwood amongst any of them, and they obviously there is a sort of a look of reverence towards you from them, more than you would expect. Your words hold more weight than you expected when you speak to these folk.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Rauda has made her way to the feasting halls. Baldur and Frida, you have made the slow walk around the drift hall, making your way over to the feast halls yourselves. I will bring you guys to the correct map. Zisa, obviously you're not going to be here, but you're on the map, so you can at least see what is.
We were walking around because we're obviously walking past quite a lot of the clans.
Absolutely, there was
any of them giving us some dirty looks, because I know a lot of them don't really like the Volve and us at the point.
It's a really mixed bag, but at this point in the story, you have been involved in large meetings within the clans. You are basically, you're either revered or you're hated, is the best way of putting it, and it's probably 2/3 revered more than the other way now, which does actually probably surprise Frida in what's going on. There are the whispers of the chosen and all of this that are, and but most don't actually come and announce any of that. Rauda, on the other hand, is having a much more easy time. She has been bought drinks from the moment she arrived within the hall, because these people are like clearly the chosen, and they're already there, and they are celebrating well, would be the best way of putting it. And there's no shortage of Vikings willing to buy her drinks as this is all sort of going on. So it's basically it takes you a few more moments, but Baldur and Frida, you do open the doors entering into the space, and as you do walk in, Baldur, at one of the far tables, you do see your father and your mother sitting at one of the tables. Obviously, clearly not looking like a ghost. Both looking alive and well. Everyone else is drinking and shouting and singing as this is going on. They are quite quiet and sullen, and they have been waiting. Your mother gives you a stern look, Baldur, as you're starting to approach, as this is all going on. Your father gives a warmer smile and sort of stands up as you sort of make your way over. But it's actually your father that speaks first, as he sort of says, "It has been too long, my son, and we have little time, but come here." And he goes in for a hug, Baldur, in the moment.
I will take a step back and look at Frida and say, "Are they ghosts?"
Frida blankly looks at him. I don't even think that constitutes an answer. It's like, just hug your dad. It's not that deep. He's alive.
Hi, Dad. I'll say as I awkwardly go in for a hug.
We have missed you, son. It has been too long.
I highly doubt that you have missed me, but thank you for saying it politely.
He steps back on that one and says, We know your brother was with you at one point, but we heard he is, missing now.
Who is saying this? Is this
Still your dad at the moment. Yeah, your mother has been quiet so far.
Yes, I am afraid your protege has joined the other side.
And your mother, that's when your mother speaks up. He was never the protege. That was always your part in all of this, Baldor. Until you left. But you seem to be doing
Hello,
well
Mother.
for yourself now, son.
I mean, I have made a name for myself. All on my own. No help. Well, with a little bit of help.
You have done well. She seems almost pleased.
Baldur does not know how to take this.
Yeah.
I mean, I could have done better.
Well enough. Your deeds and your exploits are known here now, and you're one of the chosen. I knew that you were special, even when you were younger. I'm sorry that you had to find your own way in all of this. But I am pleased with the outcome.
I am sure you are. So, how have you been able to twist this to your own advantage? That is why you are here. Haven't you? Aren't
There
you?
is a twitch on her, sort of in her mouth, in the moments as she goes. You know, our family was unfairly disgraced in all of what happened with Care the Jarl. Well, now we think we have enough proof of his misdeeds, and certain avenues were opened up to us with your name becoming more pronounced around these parts. Others started speaking of those times. People that had been silent for many years suddenly would speak to us again. And some of what happened is started to come to light. We think we now have enough proof of Care's betrayal that he could be confronted. Now, we don't have enough voice within everything that is going on. Our position is still not strong enough. But you now, son, you can be that voice. And if needed, you could challenge him with this information and regain for all of us our name, our lands, and our power within the clan. Something I thought we would struggle with, you will be able to achieve.
And let me guess, you will be the one to lead our family into a brighter future forever.
Honestly, no. Your father and I would like our lands back for sure. But we are getting old. That is not our place to be in the forefront of things. That is for your generation, for you to take on. You could be the Jarl, Aldor. You could take up that mantle of the group and the clan. With your name and your reputation now, the clan would fall behind you in this, especially when the knowledge of some of this treachery came to pass. We have enough proof, some eyewitnesses that will be able to supply enough information.
Can I roll an insight check on everything they've said so far?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You can make an insight check.
While they're having this conversation, I'm gonna divine sense.
Absolutely.
Whoa. The hell?
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah, the animations have changed a lot for some of that. Insight check with a 15. Let's see. I'm just going to do a
Actually,
straight one.
I'll re-roll. I'll do it at advantage with balance because
Okay, yeah,
why
fair
the
enough.
fuck not?
Why not?
Who do you kill to do it?
Okay, whatever. Still 15.
15. Okay. Baldor, your mother wants many things in this world, but you are sure in these moments this is earnest. This is as honest as your mother can get. She truly thinks that you are now the way back for the family, and you know the family name is probably more important to her than her, in that sense. Yeah, you are almost convinced that this is all true, and yeah, you would be. She may not agree with the ways you've gone about things, but yeah, this is as close as it gets to "you've done good, son" that you would ever get from this woman.
Can you lay out this evidence before the court or before me?
I can indeed, but it boils down to a few things that I think will give enough report of what has gone on. I have the signings of Rawn. He was the understudy of Care for many years, and a strong voice from at times with him. He was able to give us deeds bearing our name, proving the lands were taken by Care when he should not have been able to. The seizure of our home, our honoured grounds, they stole like cowards, but the deeds that I have here are good proof. Beside that, Bo then places he places a scrap of battle-torn fabric beside it. There is a sigil on the side of it, and it is of your house, and it is this was found on the body of one of Care's hired blades when they originally tried to take some of our cattle and stock. Again, things that they stole from us. Another piece of the prize and the puzzle. And then your mother, Uthred, produces the final item, and she says it's a small wooden idol, small enough to fit in palm of Baldor's hand. It says, "A relic taken from our home. We had one of his own go through Care's things, and it was found within them. It was taken from our lands. Again, proof from our home that this was stolen."
How will the person that took this from him testify?
They will. They were under investigation. They were investigating for us, and that would be acceptable. I think we can do this, Baldor. Return everything that was taken from us and give you leadership of the clan. I think you are ready for this. I know you've been trained for this.
So how would I go about this? Just walk up to the Lieutenant clan and say, "I challenge you," or "I think you're a bad Jarl, bad boy," stuff like that.
The meeting this evening, before the voting is cast, stand up, make your case, pass to us if need be, and we will lay out all of this information. And I would suggest, Baldor, you challenge him to a duel in those moments. he will not be able to refuse, and you will be able to take his place. It is the way.
Oh God. Okay. This is a lot to think about. You will be at the gathering this evening, then I take it?
We will. Most of Drifthall
Including-
will be.
Will you take the people that will testify against him?
I will. We will be ready.
If this is all an elaborate ploy to embarrass me again in front of my friends, or, torture me in some other way, I will actually kill you this time.
I don't know what you mean. Like, it's clear to her that, from your point of view, Balor, she doesn't realize that she's ever tortured you. Never realizes that she was ever a pain in those moments.
That's her.
Does it play out like that, and the move away? I guess will be the question. You have a few hours to drink,
I guess I will ask her to educate me on the finer points of her defense.
Interesting. You're
whatever
asking your
happens.
mother to go back to your old training. Wow. Okay.
No, not in that way, but into
More in the
to
training
lay
of
out
politics.
her plan. Yeah.
So instead of a lesson in the physical that you would have had as a child, this would be a lesson in the political play that she would have been so good at in her earlier years. She will spend time with you, going back and forth on how this might play out, and discussing it for the next period. As Frida, I am assuming you at some point are just left to your own devices, maybe heading off to drink yourself. And do you join Rauda for a few for the next period?
Yep. Did my divine sense pick anything up?
Your divine sense did not pick up anything odd in this place. No, this is all as you would expect, which is good.
Good.
Okay.
We like to see.
So yeah, with all of that out of the way and dealt with, a couple of hours will be able to pass before the meeting at Drifthall will come to pass.
How many hours?
About two more hours total. So yes, if that has any bearing.
Can I scribe half of a spell and then return to it, or is this continuous work, do you think?
I think it's continuous work, is the honest truth. I think it's
okay.
one of those
So then
tricky things that if you
never
break
mind.
off. Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
think
that's
that
fair.
would,
Also,
honestly
just
work.
in case it's relevant, how many lay on hands did I end up giving you, Rauda, for you to be full HP?
I think it's a good point. There would have been another 2d8s worth of damage. 3d8. Sorry, 3d8. So there would have been another 18 on top of whatever you took previously.
I'll just minus 16 now. I would need 38 hit points.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
so
fine.
yeah, still got a bit of healing left in you, Frida, but yeah, you certainly would have used up a fair portion for getting us through what went on.
Just in case anything happens,
Yeah.
Not that it's going
What
to.
could possibly go wrong?
Could possibly go wrong. That is fair enough.
In this time, can I have located the other chosen and bring them up to speed on the plan for Clan Orn to adopt the Wicker folk as part of their diminished clan?
Yes, you would certainly be able to find. They would all be in the feasting hall when the time came. How much drink was involved, but certainly you would be able to find them.
Frida wouldn't have drank because she
I'm about
knows
to say,
what's happening tonight.
Frida would be the one I would talk to about this, obviously, and hopefully Loki, because I know that he's useful. I would not give two shits about Rauda getting completely smashed as soon as I clocked that. She would be like, okay, not talking to you. I could take or leave Balder being involved in the conversation.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, it is strange when you do walk in Zisa and you do see him with one man that is the older version of Baldur, almost a spitting image in some ways, but maybe with slightly different hair going on. But you do see clearly his parents when that is going on. But you do find Frida and are able to bring her up to speed before whatever this meeting is on that one. I think what I'm going to say is, because the next section's quite big, I think if we go and quickly grab the drink a little early now,
Yep. Cool.
That would make sense. And then when we come back, we can crack on with the drift hall. So if you take 10, we'll go grab drinks. Okay, if everybody's back and is sort of ready for the next set, we will continue on. So go ahead.
So after I've had my talk, I will sort of inform the rest and say, like, apparently I'm going to try to become the York of Glen Lutan, and just see what the reactions are.
How does that play out? Before everything, before you enter the Drift Hall's meeting room that night.
Gain control and the support of an entire clan would be advantageous to our ends.
Are you really the best choice to take over? I don't like your leader.
I'm a great leader of man. What are you talking about?
Frida, make an intelligence check for me for a moment.
Okay. Intelligence check. Did that go through? Nope. There we go.
There we go. Coming through now.
Nope.
There we go. Nice.
Not very intelligent.
Not very intelligent, but I think what comes to mind to you in the moment, if Kerr was not the leader of the Lutan, that would make Baldur another possibility for the person that for a royal wedding with the Bendor.
Frida, you just see a shiver go down Frida's spine, and she says, "You do what you need to do."
Something that I never ever do, but I think I'm gonna do, if that's okay, James.
Mm-hmm.
Is I have a feature. Also, is my icon here anywhere on the screen?
What are you missing? Sorry, Ziza. 1 second. That is an unfair thing for you. 1 second. Let's bring you through. You should appear in a moment.
Oh, maybe I was underneath Bald or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see.
But a feature that I hardly ever, actually, I've never used before now, is Dreamers have the ability to, at 6th level, they get the ability to cast a spell that is the target of self, but it doesn't take on. But then you can activate it later on as a bonus action.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I don't have many spells that are targeting self, but what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cast Alter Self. So I'm just giving you the heads up that this is what I'm going to do. It consumes the spell slot. So, wow, that was loud.
Yeah, if you change your audio levels, you might be better off. It'd be the
okay
bit in there for that.
But Zisa, I'm trying to find the verbiage of that ability. Might be here somewhere.
Dreamer. Yeah, I'm not seeing it at the moment, but yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
what's your intent with it? What do you think is how it plays out?
Oh, sorry. This one is where it is. Forcing. Sorry. If this goes bad and Zisa becomes a fugitive, she wants to be able to hide her identity so that she could still escape drifthall.
Ah, okay. Wow. Okay. She's really.
So
she's made herself like a burner bag, and she's ready to.
Yep. So Zisa has this spell in her back pocket, ready to go as soon as if she could, make herself scarce if she needs to. But yeah, that's it. Just letting you know that's there.
Okay, no problem. So yes, the drift hall, what's left of the main people arrive. Obviously, I've made this a lot smaller than it would be. There are countless members of the clans here as this is all sort of going on.
Is the War clan here?
The War clan is here. The Gully would be definitely sat in amongst the main group, so I will add him in because that's kind of important. He would be on his chair. So yes, the War clan are here in number, in strength. Yeah, you know that Clan Nattle are here in less strength, but the others are here as normal. The two from the Volve have taken up their place as normal on the actual side of the dais. As the Mother Gudenberg does start talking, and she welcomes everybody to the last drift hall under her as the Aldral, and tonight we will vote for who will take over from me next. I wish them all the luck in the world, for they will be taking on the task of what is to come. I have played my part in all of this, and it is time for, as always, our Holhan to take its sunset as the main clan within this, and another shall rise until our time comes again. If there is to be such a thing, with all the omens that are going on. I pass to the group here and to any business. And I think, honestly, the way this plays out, Baldur, you can jump in when you wish, but as far as meeting things go, there are some sort of standard discussions about clans and the secession of how raiding against the Bendor has been dwindled due to what has been perceived as good signs with what has been going on. It does come to Oda, Zisa, and she does actually make the plea for for this to all play out, for the Wicca to be accepted, and that you have been taken under the wing of the Orn, which does surprise Mother Gudenberg. That is for an elf, and she's not easy to read. That was an easy tell. That she does react to that as that is all going on.
Which part? The accepting of the Wicker or the me jumping boat?
You jumping boat first, and then the Wicker is an even bigger surprise. And
okay.
She does speak up at that, and she says, unless as a group you all decide to change my last order, which will be that they are to be slain at the end of this meeting, I do not know how the Orn will be able to take up with that. We have all seen the omens that have gone before us, and it surely is a sign, so many of them coming here, that something is off with those kind of magics. Now, even a magician of that kind has decided to leave my clan when she was given home with us. All feels of betrayal. I beseech you, clan leaders, to not go along with such a request. Let them end here, and be done with. For Zisa to move on, that is her choice. As with all clans, you are able to make such a choice. But these creatures are not us. They are not raiders. Do not let this come to pass. And I'm going to roll and see what her persuasion level is for making such a thing here on that one. So 7. She's not the worst in that.
Oh, nice!
Oh, but the dice tell a story.
Take that, bitch.
Yeah, have one on that one. You are surprised, I think, Zisa, a little bit, but maybe some of the doubt that was seeded in the last meeting that Zita was amongst, but you realize now that her power is waning, her persuasiveness within the group does not seem to go down as strongly as she suspected her voice would. I think slightly deflated from all of that, she does retake a seat.
Are we allowed to say anything here or no?
Certainly, if you are able to bring anything to the table. Obviously, the Orn are going to make a roll. You're adding to lessen the DC of this, if that makes sense. And there is also, I'm going to build in that this natural one has occurred for the opposition to this.
Yeah. So Sisa takes center stage and just says, "The Orn have been greatly diminished. Unless other clans wish to send their own warriors to strengthen this clan, it's possible that the Orn will not make it to the next drifthall. If we are to utilize the Wicker and not let them go to waste, as Mother Gungbarg would, due to past superstition, I believe you would see that they could make the Orn come close to being what they once were. Able shipwrights builders, and a capable clan of themselves. To sentence the Wicker, currently in our stead, to a meaningless death would be a waste. Not only for Orn, but for the clans as a whole."
Okay, I am going to say you are assisting in this role. I am going to lower the DC, and we are going to see how Oda does with her persuasion. She will get this at advantage, which is handy.
Oh, good. Jeez Louise, James.
Otherwise, that would have, unless she can roll 2 1s. But yes, with a 14 and the DC being lowered, this goes to a vote. It comes out incredibly close. Only Mother Guntherbarg and the Lutan clan are firm against this. It does pass with the other clans. Mother Guntherbarg accepts, stoic as she can be, but this will come to pass, and Oda does sort of make her way up to stand by you for a moment, and she says, "And our clan will be stronger for this. We have done well." And then, she will come down and step with you, Rauder, also being of the Orn. She stands with you as a group there, looking on at what is going on this one. Yersa will say, "Unless there is any other business, we will attempt to sound the horn."
For the next order of business, I wish to challenge the leadership of Care of Clan Lutan. For he has caused my family great misjustice over these past years.
His eyes go unbelievably wide as whispers go out, and the challenge is sort of challenge is sort of said, and he almost slightly too casually says on this one, for a challenge against a Jarl to mean anything, someone like yourself who clearly has issues with me must provide evidence of what you're describing. And it's at this moment that your mother will stand, and there is the moment of, and the proof has been found, Care. I bring before you witnesses and items that prove without doubt that you have been involved in all that has gone and besieged our family. And he is, unsurprised to see your mother, but is surprised that this scene is playing out. We won't play it for all of it, but the evidence is shown, and the group are given the chance to take stock of what is taken on this one. I'm going to give you, with your mother's help here, you're going to have a persuasion roll. This has got to land with the clans, right? And so this is rolled with advantage. So I need you to make either a performance or a persuasion roll of or a deception. No, it's not a deception, but a performance or
Persuasion's gonna be my best bet here, I think.
So
Alder's
with your
actually
mother
gonna
with your mother behind you on that one. 14 is a pretty good. Can you improve on a 14?
Yeah, I can.
You can on that one. Okay. I think when Mother Guthenberg has heard all of that has gone down and goes, this all sort of goes on, and she says, clearly, there is some strong evidence, Care, that you have been involved in attempting to ruin this family, the family of one of the chosen. I can see no reason for one of your honor to attempt to avoid such a challenge. Step forth. And he's looking around the groups for a bit, but he will eventually get up and make his way over to the center of the area, Baldor, on this one. He looks you dead in the eyes and he says, your family has always wanted me gone, but to stoop to something like this is despicable. As he's starting to grab his weapons and make yourself done.
You know what? I will also grab my weapons because I have weapons. I will walk to the middle and say, for one as you, I don't even need weapons, and I will just throw them at.
Oh damn! Okay, you bet. Yeah. His eyes go wide. I think for the first time he is truly realizing and seeing you as one of the chosen, rather than what his opinion may have been in the moment. I'm not going to have you roll this fight. You are level 10. This person is not at your skill level, Baldor. It is beneath you in that respect. I just need you to describe how and what goes on, and how does this end?
Ooh, that's a good question.
He will put up a fight.
Can-
He will be attempting everything he can, but he is not your match.
Can I make this as humiliating as possible for him?
For sure. You can. You take the punches. You stand strong when he is attacking with all of his energy. You take it to the point where his exhaustion is getting to him, and he is visibly struggling in front of these people.
Then I will just toy with him, like literally just like, I don't know, kick his legs out from under him, let him get back up. Let him humiliate himself a little bit before I
Yeah, you do
basically beat him to a pulp. Yeah.
You've definitely beaten him to that, but there is now that call starting to come from the crowd around you. It's like you're almost in a gladiatorial arena. Finish him, finish him, finish him. And there are hundreds of voices in this crowd as they're now like, they're expecting the final blow.
Oh.
What does he do in those moments? Yeah.
I will say no. He's not good enough for Valhalla. Or something like that. And just like knock him unconscious, but like not actually kill him.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna kill him in the moments on that one. Okay. So you knock him down. He's looking. He's definitely unconscious on the ground, and there is just a yell from your mother behind of finish the deed. Do what you're meant to do.
I won't.
There is an audible murmuring coming from the crowd as the bloodlust that was obviously clearly there amongst them is not quenched from your words on this one.
What I will do, however, is when he's unconscious, I will just like walk up to his seat and just sit there where he sits.
Yeah, fair enough on that one. Make an intimidation check. I think this has got to be, I think with advantage as well. I think this is actually, this is plausible.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
With advantage, you might improve it. Well, 18 is still pretty good. With his battered body on the grounds, do you order him taken away as your first command?
Yeah. I'll have him locked up on our ship. Because I don't actually want him to go to the Lutan, right? Because if he has any loyalists, that might be a bad idea.
That could be a very bad idea. That is true. Interesting. So having him taken to the ship of the Chosen. Yeah, you can and you can order that. Yeah.
Can Zisa do something real
You
fast?
certainly can, as this is all going
All
on.
right. When this happens, Zisa is going to kind of flick her hand, and she's going to cast Detect Magic just to see what magical items are on him and strip him of those.
Fair enough. Magic-wise, I believe there will be a very nice axe in amongst his equipment. Let me just double-check. I'm not... Sorry. It was the Skegox and then the other one. Yeah, so there is one nice axe as in amongst his gear that would be... And he would also have a breastplate of armor that would be giving off a magical signal as well if Zisa did notice. But that's harder to take off him in the moment, I guess.
So Zisa's going to use telekinetic to just lift the axe off of him and kind of toss it to Baldur's feet and just say, that is magical. Also, the armor that he wears gives off an aura as well. It should be removed before he is imprisoned.
Very well. And I will point at someone and say, like, strip him and bring his belongings to us.
No problem.
Something like that.
So a couple of the Lutan clan will make their way over to him to care, and they will do as you order in those moments. They will slowly but surely remove him from the order of things as everything is going on. In these moments, Balder, you now know that the vote that would be cast for the All-Jarl will come from your hand instead of from his when the time comes. Being a voice amongst them, you have done combat in honor as it should be. Your mother looks relatively pleased with the situation. Probably not happy with the fact that you haven't killed him.
I don't care. That's okay.
The fact that doesn't bother you does make sense on that one. With that, then, Yrsa will say, very well. With all of that, the Chosen have returned with an item of the gods, a horn that should be able to wake anything within this realm. It is now that we attempt to see if we can awaken the gods. Will they hear our plight now and return to us with Ragnarok and the signs of it so close? She takes a few moments to look around and sort of take the pomp and circumstance of the moment as this is sort of going on. But she descends down to the central platform and she says, and in honor of these moments and the honoring of making a new All-Jarl, we will attempt to wake them. She blows for the first time, the audience hushing down as this goes on. She does then blow for a second time within the arena, and it is heard roaring out amongst everything as that is all sort of going on. And then she does blow the horn for one final moment there, a third time. The audience draws in breath again, holding it for a moment as the last of the notes from the horn emanate off, and silence takes the space for a moment. Nothing seems to break the still and quiet night, aside from splashing water against the hulls of the ships and the rocks. And as she looks down for a moment and looks around, she seems slightly shaken that this hasn't worked in the moments as she hoped. And then she looks out to all of you and to the crowds and she says, "It is a relic of the gods for sure. But maybe we are just too far from where the Stone Court are. Chosen, I would suggest, if you are willing, I would ask you to make the pilgrimage north to where the gods rest at the Stone Court, where their bodies, what's left of them, are, and attempt to use the horn there once more and try and awaken them. Perhaps we are just too far from what is going on. They have not returned to us this night." And her mouth sort of draws a firm line, and her eyes sort of dim a little bit as she seems a bit deflated by it on this one. "They will show us the path eventually. But for now, I will try to summon what I can of the gods, and we will draw a fated rune for each of these chosen this night. May that power help progress them and move them on throughout their journeys." And she goes into this, you've seen this before with her, she has done these trance-like states where it seems like another voice is coming from her instead of her own on that one. And she has she reaches for a pouch around her belt, a pouch of runes that you have seen used before and earlier parts in your journeys. "Baldur, leader of the Lutan clan, step forth."
I will step forward. Although I would prefer to be called Baldur Serpent Thrower. Thank you.
She doesn't seem to notice in the moments, Baldur, as this is going on. As one falls, another shall rise. I see a terrible beast lashing out in fear and worry. A friend may die, one bond at least sundered. But in you there is the possibility of victory. We see you wearing the mantle of much glory in what is to come. And she does draw you a rune. I don't know if I can copy this straight over, but I will try and...
Ooh.
I will try and...
Is this a new rune?
This is another rune that will be added to your list. I will see if I can copy and paste. If not, I will pass it to you afterwards. Oh no, it does come through. As she will say and draw that particular rune for Baldur in the moments. No longer cursed, Browder. Step forth. I'm assuming she does, Drew.
Yeah, she does. Yes.
No
Sorry.
problem. That's okay. You who has lived so many lifetimes, now you live your last. Be valiant when the terrible rises before you. But be prepared, for we see no living for you past the moment that the sea itself rises against you. But with the sweep of salted water, a cleansing shall follow, a new beginning. And I will pass you your rune. 1 second. On that one. Zisa, step forward.
Does with no ceremony at all. She just does it.
Okay. A beast shall rise, impossibly, and much of our world will fall into sea. This beast we see, its jaws snapping closed with terrible power upon you. You, the fallen, shall fall one last time, and you shall not rise. But after your sacrifice, because of your sacrifice, the world will live on, and your death shall be avenged. And that will give you your rune. Frida, step forth.
Yep.
A terrible thing lives in the waters, and it should claim at least one of your companions before you might gather your strength and strike the fatal blow. If you have the chance, you must not hesitate. You must take it, else the cost of victory shall be ever so much higher. And remember, winter will become spring, new crops shall grow, and the world will begin anew. And you will be drawn this rune. Loki, I wish you to step forth at this time. And he looks stunned and shocked as this happens. But he will make his move as requested because he dare not to. Do not squander your life, for upon your shoulders perhaps the largest weight shall rest at the very end of the world. Will you return and leave this place, or will you stay for all eternity in our lands? You must be prepared. One of these sacrifices you will make. And a rune is drawn for him as well, much to his surprise. And with that, the grouping and the vision on her face sort of seems to disappear, and she's back to the Yrsa that you knew. She speaks for a moment and says, "We will break for half an hour before the voting will continue for the new All Jarl. And with that, Drifthall will be able to disband. There will be partying through the night, and then most of your ships will probably have left. However, the Chosen, I would speak with you in the morning about what I would suggest for your travels. But that will be for after celebrations. Take your time now, speak amongst yourselves before the voting will begin. So yes, you're very aware that there will be a moment here that in the not too far future here that you will be deciding who the next Old Jarl will be.
Question.
Yes.
Now I'm a Jarl. I mean, can I put my name in the
Every clan apart from Holharn, your name is in the hat. That is definitely true. Would you at any point speak to your mother about any of what is going on?
In relation to what?
In relation to the what's happened here and the voting that's coming up, or would you be speaking with this group at all? What does Baldur do in that half an hour is what I need to know to influence his vote.
I mean, I'll just well, first of all, apparently part of my group has quite the influence on clan. What's it? The Orn?
The Orn are a smaller clan for certain now. Their voice is less heard. They do still have a vote. Oda, and you've seen Zisa and Raudor stand with her through all of that. Oda definitely still has a vote within the within what is to come. That is clearly a thing on that one as that's going on.
So I will maybe, because we still have like the telepathic link thing, right?
You do at the moment. Mm-hmm. Yes, you do.
Guys, do you think you can get Clan Orn to vote for me for Aljarl?
Why?
Because if we have all the raiders on our side, agreement, wouldn't that be a good thing? Present a united front?
It would, but the Gully or Clan Orn could do that as well, and to be honest, you would be a terrible leader.
I mean, I beg to differ. I think I would be a great leader.
You are wrong.
Although, terrible is generous to say. I also think the Clan Orn, or I forgot this clan's name, but
it's okay. You've got
trust them.
The Orn, the Nattle, the War, the Lutan, the Tavar. Halharn can't be because of they had it previously, and the Risa are another one amongst all of those on that front.
I would also throw Clan War in. Bit of a wild card, but they
are definitely a wild card. They are a stronger voice for sure on that one. Basically, I mean, you guys can't control the voting, but what I do need to know is are there things that is there groups that you are pushing? Obviously, Zisa and Rauda have Oda's ear for that possible vote. Baldur has the vote of the Lutan clan. I just need to know what ones you're influencing in what is going to go down, and I can fill you in on what plays out from inside of that.
We've watched them throughout a couple of these gatherings.
Yes.
Most recently, with the vote for the Wicker, you said that it was kind of even.
It was indeed.
Who voted against the Wicker?
Halharn and Lutan clans did under care, obviously. At those ones, the others were swayed the other way.
So it was 2 versus everyone else.
It was 2 versus the other 5 votes. I think it is. Overall,
okay.
Because she rolled so poorly versus.
If I may make another plea, if you would make me all Jarl, I would have all you to, give me advice. And you are all brilliant and smart.
Yeah, I
You
don't think
have-
flattery's gonna get you anywhere this time.
You haven't told me anything I don't already know. Zisa, I think Zisa is gonna check in with her new Jarl
Oda, yeah.
to see what she's thinking and if this is something Oda would want or if that's like a lot real quick.
She says there's no way that our clan will take the position. There's never going to be enough votes going our way for that. Our voice is just too small at the moment. If I had to guess, it was probably going to come. Originally, it would have come down to Natal being out. I would have thought War has a outside possibility. Tavar is probably the strongest voice left.
And Zisa would say, do you believe Tavar would ally themselves with the Chosen? Do you think they would be accepting of the arcane? Do you think they would take the opportunities to save the world instead of adhering to archaic traditions and views?
They are a different clan than some of us, in that they were always a clan where two ruled until the brother died. Now she rules with her shadow twin. I think they would possibly be able to ally better with that. I've not heard of anything bad about you and the Chosen from my discussions with them. They are, however, not enamored with you either. I think it would be a fairly even keel, and maybe that's what we need right now. If I was to vote, I would go I would go Risa or Tavar, seeing how things have played out.
Okay, and we haven't really had much interaction with Risa aside from helping the ice giants, but like that wasn't really the Risa, that was the ice giants that we helped out, right?
The Risa are the tall folk. They are of certainly their situation improved with what happened with the frost giants because of what happened with Far Landing. But no, you've not had dramatic situations come up with them. That is definitely true on that one. But yeah, you definitely get the sense from Oda that she would be leaning towards Tavar and Risa on that one. Though there may be links with the Lutan, there is no chance in hell that she would be voting for a brand new Jarl to be the all Jarl in these moments. So yes, you get the sense that was not even a thought.
The new Jarl is one of the Chosen. I mean,
for sure. But yeah, not a proven leader in this one's mind. So yeah, from that point of view, Zisa, you think you could persuade Oda and Rowdham, between the two of you, you could persuade her to go either Tavar or Risa relatively easily. Either way, that vote would land probably, and that would go on ears. If you were trying to push her towards another clan, I think that would be a much tougher sell. But not impossible. But certainly a much tougher sell. Is anyone else dealing with any other clans or anything else that is going on before we actually move on to the next to the actual voting, if that makes sense?
Okay, so who are we actually voting for? Who do we actually want to get in?
The Gullies are Buddy.
He has certainly Clan War have been instrumental in what has gone on. That is certainly very, very true. They have been strong warriors. They did obviously lose their actual Jarl. The Gully is the second. There was the second, so there is that to bear in mind for sure.
Yeah.
But they are capable warriors.
And they worship Sudi, which is also not bad.
It is, again, not bad from that point of view. They are very warrior-driven, would be the best way of putting it. So it would be a strong hand, for good or ill. I can't tell you how it plays out, but obviously there are... The choice does have ramifications that I will implement into the next part of the play for sure.
Can I go talk to my mother and see if she still has any with any of the other?
No problem on that one. She will speak with you, Baldur, on that one, and she says, your odds of getting any votes are low, but you can strongly use your vote. Natal's voice has been lowered in all of this, but I could see Tavar or the Orn being a good vote. Say again.
We want to vote for the war. The war clan.
She looks stunned at that one, and on the wolf folk.
Yes.
Well, we've had no dealings with them in centuries. We don't know anything about them, but...
Well, this is a good chance to, get some new allies. Also, I know them and they like me. I'm guessing. Do you have any pull with the other that you might be able to use to influence votes?
I also like how Baldur just kind of went like lone wolf. Like, we didn't really discuss like us actually going for the war. It's just he just went for it right away.
Well, certainly he's going to be influencing the votes and on that one.
I assume this is just like mental. And it was, yeah. Okay, apparently it's not me.
Yeah, but Baldur.
Yeah.
She does say I do have some sway now that we have our lands back. I would be able to speak again with the leader of Clan Risa. I might be able to put in a word for this clan. Are you sure, son?
I am the Jarl now. Yes, I am sure. And then I will mentally send. I totally, 100% convinced the Risa to vote for Clan War. So.
Why?
Oh, was that not the plan that we had?
We were still discussing. Odo wants to vote Risa or Tavar. I'm personally leaning towards Tavar.
Well, shit.
Love it. Love it.
And then I'll go back to my mother and say, hold on for a second. This is more difficult than I originally imagined.
She looks around at you, slightly confused, but nods to the Jarl.
I am sorry. I am speaking to the voices in my head. This needs to get...
Wow.
Let us discuss this for a moment. I will get back to you in a moment.
Okay, so as a group, what way is the group pushing? I need to
while Baldur was doing that.
Yeah, what's Rita doing? None of us are on the same page. Rauda's probably still drunk off her ass.
Oh yeah, 100%.
This is Tavar, right?
Yes.
Yes, that is Tavar. Yeah,
that's who I pointed out anyway.
Yes,
that and Orn, or I'd like to see what War does, but I want to ask the Volve their opinion, just to see if they've seen any visions of if a particular clan gets into power, it descends into madness or something like that. They've seen bad things happen.
We know this is a key choice in what is to come. We had seen that if Lutan were to win, they would have armed everyone and forced them into the final battles no matter what. I fear the war would be similar. If Natal were to win, I think they would be more even in what they were doing. They are used to surviving in the harsh lands of the north. They would insist that everybody respond equally to what is to come. They would be a fair hand. Savoie, I sense, would prepare till the very end. And they would strike a balance between the future coming war and... I think they would be more indifferent towards your opinions as the chosen.
Can't have that. Can't have that.
No, if you want someone who really represents the opinions of the chosen. There is an obvious choice on the table, guys.
There you go. So yes, as a group, yes. How does this play out?
What did they say anything about the Risa?
I have a quick question for Boulder.
Yes.
While we're dealing with
no.
Ragnarok, who's dealing with all the statecraft if you're at Old Jarl? Can't do both.
I mean, I am sure I can figure something out.
Baldo, what if we run into a serpent? We need somebody to throw it. And if you're all Jarl, you'll have to stay here. You must come with us.
I mean, Rita, I don't know if you've noticed. I do some pretty amazing things. But my stories are always much grander than my actual deed. So if you can keep me as far away from the serpent, I'd be happy, actually.
Baldo, you're coming with us. It's your brother that's caused this. End of. I was trying to be nice, but your family has caused a lot of issues for me. And I will see to the end that you either die with me or you kill your brother.
I like you too, Frida. Thank you for saying it.
So yes, are you guys pushing any narrative during this as the voting is drawing closer? Is what I need to know. How does this?
Well, did we hear about Risa or no? I can't remember if you said anything about Risa.
Risa, you get the sense from Frida would have got the sense that if the Risa were to win, it would be very similar to the way Tavar would be, in that they're a balanced example of what would go on, but you would have less influence in what is to come. Not that they would, they're not saying you would be ignored, but you're not,
We're not buddies with them like Gully.
Yeah. Then you're certainly not in the same ways as they would be for those.
I guess it's just a matter of us picking then between the two, because if they're exactly the same, then
or Dark Horse Natal.
No, they were easily influenced last time by the Ironwood, somebody high up in their crew at least.
And that is true.
I feel like that's bad.
Definitely that situation did happen on your watch.
Can we see how Mother Gungbard votes and then mentally be like, whatever she votes for, we're not voting?
Well, I have a feeling she was going to vote for the Lutan, but that's not happening anymore because Baldos now the Jarl.
Or maybe she still does. You know? Was did I make this up, or did she have a thing with Rolf? Like, was that his clan as well?
Yes,
That was his clan.
thing. It has been heavily implied that there was a thing between
Yeah.
them. Yes. But
Good
they,
leverage,
Hohan
that's-
are not in the running. They cannot vote. So they do vote. They just do not. They cannot be all.
I can't win.
Yeah, and you can
Wait-
never vote
Yeah.
for yourselves. That is also part of the voting.
Which is the bigger clan presence out of the two?
Between Tavar and
Risa?
Risa.
Yeah. Who would hold the most power, I guess?
Tavar probably is the honest truth. The Risa are Torfog. Their voice has been growing in strength, but they are the Northerners. They are from the north. The Tavar are far
Scots.
more.
Scotsman.
They are certainly the Tavar would be a more sporadic but complete group, whereas the others are not so much.
I say Tavar, just because it doesn't matter between the two.
What was Frode Fluffhelm's clan again?
Oh God, that has been a while.
I think that was
it
Nattle.
I think he's Nattle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was.
So then he's part of was the winner of the tournament then. So
Yeah.
that I think
so he gained
does
them
that
a
even
bit-
out? Yeah, about to say,
Not
right?
even it out, but it certainly improved things. Yeah, otherwise it would have been well on the back foot. But
Yeah.
Nattle are still here and still in the running because of it, I guess. So yeah, Frode may well have played his part in bringing the honor for that.
Can I say that I get Blythe to ask the Gully to vote for the Risa? Not the Risa, the Tavar. Or does Frida have to do it? If it's okay if Frida has to do it.
Yeah, no, I'll let you play that out. That he's still part of the story on that one. He would have the strongest voice with them on that one, and if you're all aiming for Tavar, he does put that whisper into the ear of the Jarl. If your choices are sort of made, then the initial round. The initial rounds of voting would be going ahead. Balder, where does your actual vote come out in the time? Is it for Tavar?
I guess Tavar. I will also have asked put in some words for Tavar.
Okay, fair enough on that one. The initial round of actual voting comes out, and the three strong contenders that end up left after the first round of selection ends up becoming Tavar, Nattle, and the War clan, coming out relatively even for the voting, but it's enough to bring them through to the second round on this one. Obviously, your key candidate is still in that group of Clan Tavar. The others now can only ever vote for ones that are left in that list, as it goes down to the second sort of level of bits here. So I'm going to have each of those three make a persuasion check, and we'll just see how that is going to go. Clan Tavar will make a persuasion. Let's see how the dice roll for them. And they're coming out at a middling 11. Clan Nattle, let's see how he's going to do, as he will make a persuasion check and see how he's running in the course. So he's comes across quite strongly in that first round. And the Gully himself, let's see how he will play. Weakest of the three as this is going on. So going into the second round of voting, it's looking like they're each making speeches and bits towards any of this. Is there anything the Chosen do to try and bolster their candidate in these moments as they've been giving rousing speeches and been speaking amongst each other? Is there anything that you try to bolster your that your clan position, if that makes sense, or for your vote for the Tavar to make more?
What did the Volve say about the Nattle?
They said that the Nattle would respond pretty fairly and expect the other people to also respond fairly. Honestly, they didn't sound like a bad choice. Yeah, it just sounded like they didn't have much of a chance of winning.
Yeah, they definitely were coming into this first round. That the idea of that they would be expect everyone to be pulling their weight. They come from a harsh land. They would insist each clan prepare for Ragnarok strongly, but it was a fairly even hand as that is sort of going into this second round of voting. That voice is looking strong, unless something from the Chosen changes the dynamic of the current voting. It is looking like it is going to be going to the next round, and it will be eliminating down. Is there any part that you play, I suppose, is the question.
You're going for its far, right?
I don't think Zisa wants to sway it, but I think she's gonna be a little bit of a bitch about this. So Horror Longspear just gave a rousing speech about his approach. And I think Zisa will just say, it was one of your clan that was infested by Ironwood that would have seen the drifthall burn. Now, I do not speak against you or your clan in this, but we would need to know how you will make sure it does not happen again.
Oh, interesting.
You will hear like an audible gasp going from next to him.
Oh shit! I think you're changing his role to a disadvantage with that. Let me see how.
I didn't mean that. I just legitimately wanted the answer.
I think it least brings down his rating. But no, he holds his own strongly through your criticism, and he was justly dealt with. Gives the things, and with Frode amongst you, having proven how loyal and powerful the Nattle are, he holds his own, Zisa, against your.
Does he actually answer my question though?
No,
how is he going to make sure it doesn't happen again?
But then a good politician doesn't. So he talks his way around it in those moments on that front. The second round of voting goes through, and it passes to the last round. At the end of that round, the Wa are sadly taken from that list, and we have Tavar and Nattle are the two remaining as this is going on. There are rousing speeches, bolstering, strange combat performances, all manner of things go on in this space as this is going on. But these final two will roll again. I think it's going to have to be persuasion for her, and I will double check with Hurrah. Middling on that one, and from his side of things, let's see how he is going to roll on that front. Oh,
gangbusters!
So the Hurrah is just so strong a voice in amongst this as the dice are sort of telling the story here.
And Zisa do something else.
Yeah, she can definitely attempt to.
Zisa's going to ask the same thing I asked, which was, you never answered the question. How will you ensure that your clan does not succumb to Ironwood again?
Okay,
because that's very Zisa. That's very direct of her.
Very direct on that front.
Yeah.
I I think there's got to be a roll on this because you're trying to
That's
use
fair.
the same.
fine.
You're trying to use the same again. I think it's got to be it's a persuasion to the.
I
to
think it's
the
persuasion because
crowd.
she's not lying.
No,
She's not
no.
trying to.
No, I agree.
She's literally trying to get an answer out of it. That's it.
That's it. I think to have an effect in this case, I've got to set the DC at like a 15. I think to really
That's
make
fair.
something happen here, because it is a secondary attempt of using that same spiel. Is it enough?
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Zisa, you'll make your attempt here, but he's just such a strong orator in all of this, and he makes his case so well as to what the clan will bring to all of this. It is noted, obviously, clearly by the new All-Jarl, where Zisa has come down on these events, but it will be finally decided with the dice being involved as well, that the new All-Jarl for the Raiders will be Hurrah Longspear from Clan Nattle. And he says, "So our time will now become anew. We know we will face many struggles from what is to come. Ragnarok cannot be denied at this point. But we will all prepare as is needed, and we'll be ready when the time comes. Celebrate this night. We have all earned it. And then I order you all home to prepare. Let the drifthall make its way back to the Well of Wisdom, for its journey here will be many years to come. But tonight, we celebrate!" And the yells go up, and the Viking voices are heard, and the yells come as the breakup of the meeting begins very quickly as people are making their way off to the feasting halls. It may not be the version of events that the Chosen had chosen, but the clans feel they have selected a strong leader for what is to come in the days ahead. As all of this sort of comes to a head, there is time for songs and revelry. Is there anything that happens that night? Are you guys going to be joining with with what's going on, drinking and celebrating, or is there other thoughts for the Chosen as this is happening? How does this play out? Is what I need to know over the next few hours before rest will be upon you.
Frida would drink her sorrows away.
Fair enough. so
Drink the stress away and the pain of losing fight after fight.
Fair enough. Yeah, it has been a strong amount of things going on for a while. That drink and frivolity are available, but it sounds like most of you will be drinking the night away. Anyone else up to anything before we move to the next thing?
Who do we know in Clan Lutan, or apart from
one of the highest
Dragonborn?
Yeah, one of the highest advisors would be Rawn. He was apparently quite a strong voice under care many years ago, but has not been for a long time. Your mother would probably point you in his direction if that was a question that was posted her way. What would Baldor be after?
I mean, I kind of need someone to take care of the clan while I'm not there, right? Because I'm assuming I'm not leaving from the party, so I need some sort of like steward or something.
Yeah, fair enough on that one.
The other thing I had in mind was Madresh might actually him. So
Yeah, he might not be a good choice overall. He is also very attached to being part of the crew. Yeah, if you had asked around with your mother, she said Rawn would be the advisor that she would suggest.
in that case, I will go drinking with him.
Fair enough on that one, and yeah, he will talk into the night with you about things on that one. He will speak of better times of your family and how he always hoped that your family would rise once again to power. He felt his voice was lost in what was going on before.
Never mind about that. Do you want more meat?
Indeed. He will happily accept more mead. It is a hour or two into this battle that some clan members do find you. How drunk is he by this point?
Yes.
Yes.
That is the answer.
Fair enough on that one, yeah. They will say, "I am sorry to disturb you, my lord, but I am afraid to tell you, Care has been found dead."
Awesome. I mean, what?
What? Where? How? What?
You ordered him delivered to your ship.
That is correct, yes.
He never arrived. His body was found 20 minutes ago. We came looking for you.
That is disturbing. Why? Well, how was he found? What killed him?
We do not know yet at this point. We just know that he's not breathing and shows no signs other than the wounds that we saw from your fight. We do not know if he just succumbed and then people ran off or something more happened.
Yeah, that is disturbing. Mentally, Zisa, are you awake?
How far does this travel, James?
Not far. It is about 20 or 30 feet. So unless
Okay,
you're in
then
the feasting hall, no.
I would assume I don't. Well, how long did it take for him to get this message?
This is a good hour and a half, 2 hours into the evening.
Okay, because Zisa would have gone to. She probably would have taken Oda as well, or asked Oda to come with as well to give the news to the Wicker folk.
Yes.
To let them know, because now they're not being slain and they could probably be in the feasting hall with us. And also to assess if any of them would be worthy crew or us to come with us.
Ooh, interesting on that one. Yes, yeah, certainly we can have that play out on that one, and we will check back in on that when it becomes more relevant in the next.
But if I can do that and then have them come back within an hour and a half, then yeah, sure, this would be there, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So as people are gathered in the feasting halls, the strange group, Baldo, your message does reach Zisa's ears.
I am here.
Apparently my predecessor was found dead. We have a murder mystery on our hands. We should find out who killed him. I figured your magical abilities might come in handy, and you're wicked smart. So,
where's the body?
Where is the body?
Yeah, the group of guards that came through will say we can certainly take you or anyone there.
Follow me and my clansmen, and you will find out. I don't know myself.
Okay, Rauda is probably still drinking. Frida has canonically said that they are drinking. I'm sure Bloki is celebrating getting a rune. So Yeah,
This is a
and
relatively
Ziza
quick
doesn't
save.
drink, so yeah, she would probably be the only one that would go with.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, Zisa, yeah, it is. You are taken to where the body are. He is stripped of his armor, obviously. He is battered, bruised, and beaten where Baldur had done what he had done. What do you do attempt? You attempt some medicine check or something on that one?
Yeah, first I'll attempt medicine just to inspect the body. See if there's any mundane explanations for this. 13?
13.
14, sorry.
A 14
No,
total.
13.
Yeah, no, nothing shows up at first looking around with that and on this one. 14.
Sorry, I apologize. It is 13. I was reading the wrong.
It is 13. Okay. Yeah, you can't. Nothing shows up in the moments. I mean, he's badly beaten, so if there is something more going on, it's harder to tell. Is the honest truth with how damaged he already was. If on that one.
Okay, so
you
if
you
that
can't
doesn't get
tell whether Baldur had done enough to internal damage to cause this, or if something else was at play.
Okay, so if I don't get anything from that, then she's gonna start maybe seeing if there are any other more arcane things that could have happened to this person. So I will roll an Arcana, and actually before that, I will burn another spell slot to actually cast Detect Magic, just as an action.
No problem.
So I won't place a template, but I will do all the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, not a problem.
And then I will roll an Arcana check on top of that. Which I don't know if I get that advantage because I'm doing Detect Magic or not. That's up to you. But,
yeah, I've got no problem with it in this case.
I don't know if I'll do much better than that, but I'll try.
I can't imagine you will. But you can definitely roll and see.
Yeah, both up there. Anyway, 28.
28. You are certain that nothing arcane or magical has occurred to this person and this body. So whatever reasoning for his death will be of, on the physical or on the non-magical side of things.
Also, no ironwood, right?
No ironwood whatsoever. Yeah. No, and you would definitely be sure of that with the 25.
Okay, so then I think the last possible roll I could maybe do is just investigation.
Okay, yeah.
Which surprisingly Zisa isn't trained in, which is wild. But okay.
Is investigation something that Baldur could also do or help with?
Yes.
I'm not trained in it, and I'm very bad at it.
Yeah, and you're also drunk, so that will be at disadvantage. But you can try. You can certainly try.
That's good. That's why I got Zisa here. So. Oh, this actually.
That's pretty good. Make it disadvantage and see what you get.
Great.
Okay, yep, fair enough. Baldur's not adding much to the, but then the fogginess of the drink is not an easy one to push through as well. Zisa, what's the last skill you're trying?
So I tried medicine to look at the wounds that he has to see if they were the reason for the death, which it seemed like they weren't, at least. I knocked the Arcana out of the park, so I know that it's not that. So now what I'm doing is I'm looking for where he's not hurt. I'm looking for any maybe puncture wounds. I'm looking in the mouth to see if there's any discoloration from like poisoning. Looking at the sclera of the eyes. I'm looking for other things. Yeah, the first ones I was looking at like obvious injury.
Yep.
This one's a little more.
I can let you have one last roll at it. Absolutely. See how that's going to play out.
Oh, it was a 19, and then it rolled to 1.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything to juice this, right? Because Baldur is too drunk to help.
Yeah, it's not a thing when you've been drinking. Unfortunately, as you say, it's either it's natural causes or just gave in to the wounds, or you're not finding anything obvious as to foul play in the moment. So it's harder to say much more than Baldur may have done too much damage. You can't know. It's just odd that it was after he left after he left the drift hall meeting, rather than
Yeah.
during it.
So Ziza will just stand up and say, I can confirm that nothing arcane happened to him. But that is it.
Well, it's unfortunate this happened, but thank you for your aid.
You want us to take the body back to your ship, sir? Or what would you have us do with him? We'll be departing in the morning with the rest of the clan. But what would you have?
What's the... What... like burning is custom, right?
Burning is a custom for sure, absolutely, yes. If you want him to actually have a chance at making it into the halls of the slain, you would have to pyre and burn him.
Well, he might not have been my favorite person in the world, but let's at least funeral. Bring him to the Lutan.
Okay, and
let them mourn their former leader.
yeah. And so are you going to have it spread the rumor that he succumbed to his wounds from your battle so that he gets that honorable death in battle for that possibility? Are you going to perpetuate that going on in that sense?
I mean, might as well.
Okay. So yeah, the rumor is spread that that the former Jarl succumbed to his wounds from your epic battle in the arena, and that will be noted and bared in mind. It's a strange evening as you the frivolity will continue, and unless there's anything else that happens that night that you need to deal with, we will be moving forward to where the ships are leaving in the morning. It will be the next steps.
Zisa has some spell scrolls made of human flesh that she's not going to use because she already has Misty Step, Shatter, and Counterspell. Is there any way I can get these to the
magician at the
to the magician who I've been bartering with for
yes,
spells?
Correct. Yeah, I will. We'll have that play out off camera, and we will work it out. But yeah, a trade of value is worked out, Zisa, and we will. We will document that off game, if that makes sense.
Has she had her kid? Has she had her kid yet? Because she was pregnant last time I talked to her. I think.
No, she is any day now. When you do see her, she is she's ready to pop, but has not at this point.
Okay.
So yes, the revelry is had. There is obviously the spectre of coming Ragnarok and the war, but celebrations are had, and frivolity and drinking, all manner of things. By the time everybody starts to come round in the morning, many of the ships have already departed Drifthall, as they all mostly take a early start to get with the seas and the wind. Obviously, Clan Nattle are highly honoured within the evening, and everything sort of goes. You guys sort of wake up that next morning, and as requested, you do make your way to see Yersa the Wisest again, as she did have a few more things to discuss with you before you guys were to depart from Drifthall. So you do make your way over towards the helm skip. The hangover's pressing heavily on some of you as this is going on, but some of you. I mean, I'm sure some people have a constitution that pulls through. I can't imagine Rowder won't on that one, but certainly you. As you make your way over to the helm skip, it is the sudden tremors and ripples of crashing sounds that seem to sort of make their way through Drifthall in those sort of moments, as you hear cracking of timbers and the raining of different things going on, as the floating city seems to shudder, as though something vast, ancient, stirs beneath the waves. The gentle morning snowfall turns to biting rain as pattering timber and steel are now blown up from the space in front of you as the helm skip is suddenly something has gone crashing through the space in the moments. Bear with me. And
Oh no.
suddenly chaos everywhere. The sea churns violently as waves slamming against the ships. A deep guttural groan echoes from beneath the wood. Not a beast, but something far older. Without warning, a massive grey-scaled head erupts from the abyss below the actual drift hall. The water boiling in steaming plumes coming off of its monstrous jaws as a copper-coloured fish the size of a longboat is held helplessly in the mouth of this creature as it then seems to spit it out, and then it seems to dwarf the space around you as this is going on. The serpent snaps its jaws shut, severing the fish into two sickening sections as the sections larger than the longboat smash off to either side of this as this is going on. And what you will see is the true beast of the seas as a giant serpent, unlike anything that you have ever known, smashes through Drifthall in the moments. And we will be
fucking hell.
Yes, we will.
Look at the size of that.
We will be dealing with this beastie when we return next time, and deal with the fallout of all of this.